You don't need a string line now. Just leave the edges up.
Oh, just
we'll go around the edges and tidy up. Yeah, that's fine, that's fine. Hi everyone, it's Jack here at Mainsgill. So thanks for tuning into the YouTube again. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, make sure you tell everyone about it, hit that like button. We're starting to see how many people we can get watching. We'll keep climbing hopefully and see what we can do. So what we're on with today is very exciting actually. So what we are doing is we've come through to the other farm. So this is called Howden Hill Farm. This is part of Mainsgill. And what we're doing is we're going to be building a new farmyard here. So the old farmyard is across over there in the background. It's old red brick buildings and some little buildings there, and it's real cosy to get in with anything these days. So you can't get in so good with any of the tractors. So it's not fit for purpose anymore. So it's past its days. So what we are doing is we are building a new farmyard. So what we're doing is we're here now. So we fetched the digger ready. Don't mind the load on flat trailer. We're just doing another job in between. So we've got that there for shifting some bales. But what we're doing is we've got the digger here. We're marking up now. We've got Matthew here, Dad and Ian, and then I've been measuring as well. And what we're doing is we're getting measured up, and there's going to be here, there's going to be a cattle shed with a central feed barrier, then there'll be a silage clamp, and then there'll be another cattle shed at the other side. So that's what we're doing to start with, and then hopefully in the future we'll have a straw shed and a muck shed. But for starting, we're going to get a cattle shed, clamp, cattle shed. So it should be good. It's going to be different. It's going to be all new, state of the art. So we're going to get it all looking smart hopefully. We'll be able to put my carving pens in there for when the carving time comes around again, so that'll be good. So it's going to be good. It's going to be quite good when it gets done. Nice set up, the sheds. So that's what we're on with now. So we're just getting measured up. Here they are, Dad and Matthew, Ian over there as well. So we've been measuring up, getting it here. We're trying to just work out, so we got the planning passer in this field here, so this is where it's going. It's a greenfield site, because we just wanted it away from that yard really, because it's old yard, so we wanted a fresh start over here, just across the field. So we've come over here, and yeah, we're just working out exactly where they're going. So we know it's going here, but we're just trying to make sure we get it all square, get it all right, and get it sorted out. So here they are. So they're just measuring there to square it up. 54 foot. So there you go. So that's 54 foot off that edge, he says. So that's how far off that edge it is. So we're leaving this down here because the track's going to come across from over there where the farmhouse is, through here, and then we're going to leave a track around the outside of the buildings so we can get around the back to all the backyards as well, because we're going to have a feed passage, but we're going to have it so it goes all the way through the shed, so you can come in the front, go out the back, have it like that. We'll have a bit of yard at the back for all the stuff, so we'll have that. Here's
52 foot's required there, Jack.
52 foot.
Just to square it up.
Yeah, you're managing?
I
think so. I've let them take control of my tape measure. Anyway, so they're squaring it up now. Digger's here, like I said. So that's our digger, so that's a JS 130. So 13 ton JCB. So it's a good digger. We got it a few years ago, and it seems to have done a lot of work since we've got it. We've used it for digging out for the likes of the muck shed. You can see a video of that if you look on YouTube. The farm shop, we dug all the farm shop out. We started building that. We built that just before I started my YouTube, so that opened at Christmas time, the last extension. So I started YouTube in January, I think, just after New Year. So that's when I started it. So the shop was all open then, so you hadn't seen it digging that out. But it's a good digger, we like it. It's done a lot of work now for us. We've done bits and bobs here and there, and it seems to do the job. Looks like we've got the plough part in there. That's off the plough, but there it is. Good thing, we'll show you that get going when we get digging. Hopefully we'll have the first soil off today. So it's later on in the afternoon when we've just come here, because we've been feeding round and that and getting bedded up with the cattle, so that tomorrow, even if we don't get any off today, we've got it all bedded up ready. So there's now to do tomorrow bedding wise, so we can crack on here and get it all dug off. So it should be good. So yeah, I don't know what else to tell you really. Also, if there's anything anyone ever wants to know about Mainsgill, if you want to see any videos or want anything doing specifically, make sure you give me a shout, tell me what you want doing. If there's anything you want to know, make sure you tell me and we'll see what we can do for you. So Matthew's on the end of the tape. They've measured from here, so that's the width of the building, so that's the gable end of the shed there. So they've measured the width of the building there, and then this is the length of the shed, so that's where he's going there now. So he's making sure he gets the length right that way. But they've put this post here, and now they need to measure it up so that it gets the right width and length to make sure that it's square, to square it up. So we do it that way, but then if you want to get it proper square, you can start cracking out the old Pythagoras from school. And if you measure 5 one way and 4 the other way, it should give you 3 the other way. Is that right? 5, 5, 25, 16, that leaves 9 for 3, yeah, so that's what you do. So there we go. We'll keep going, I'll show you a bit more. So that there that they've just done, so where Matthew stood now, so I don't know if you can tell, but over there's a post, so we're just using electric fence posts just to get it started, marking up to where Matthew is. So that's 100 foot wide, so that's how wide the cattle shed is, and then from there to that post over there is 180 foot. So that cattle shed there is 180 foot by 100 foot wide. So that's how big that is. So that's the first shed, so that'll be good. The next shed is the silage clamp, so we want the clamp in the middle. I don't know why, but we've always said we'll have a clamp in the middle. We've always wanted to build a farmyard. Anyway, here we go. So we were pretty good with Lego, so we know what we're doing. Anyway, so this here is going to be the silage clamp. So once again, keeping them square. This is 180 foot long, but this is 120 foot wide, so it's a little bit wider this. 32 foot to the eave, so it'll be a tall shed, so you can tip your trailers up, not worry about taking my roof out. So that's what we're going to do there. We don't know how we're going to split it inside yet, so we're either going to split it into 2 or split it into 3, but we don't know how we're going to do it yet, because you could go for either 3 40-foot bays, or you could go for 2 60s, or you could go for a staggered one. So if you went for like 70-50, because we have the silage, but then we also we grow maize as well, so we don't need as big a clamp for the maize, because we do a couple of cuts of grass, but then we've done 60 acre of maize these last couple of years. That's what we've had for the cattle, so that's what we've done. So it should be good. And then finally on the end, another cattle shed exactly the same as that one, 100 foot by 180 foot again. So we're getting them here, but as you can see, there's some big wires over there. We don't want to be close to them, because they'll make you feel into it if you hit them. So we don't want to go near them, so we're putting it here. But that's all arable on that side of this farm here, and this side's all grassland. But because the farmhouse is there, we wanted to put the sheds all here, handy for the farmhouse, because you could put them up there and it'd be a good bigger area for making a farmyard, but you never know who's rooting around at night or anything. You can't go and keep an eye on it just the same, whereas if you're just there at the farmhouse, you can just look across and everything should be fine. So that's good. And also when I've got my cows calving in the middle of the night and that, I can just come across and check them in the middle of the night and not have to worry about going up the fields. So should be good. As you can see, if you look over here, Ian's down below now, there over there, so there's quite a bit of building in here to do. Not building, but infill. So what we're going to do is, it's higher here, so we're going to drag this off, level it through, and we're going to get it all level. So drag all topsoil off first, and then get it all leveled up, make a big nice area, because you need your sheds like this, but you're going to need some yard space, because you need space to put things. You need space at the front, space at the back, so you need your yard space, so we'll have that as well. We're going to concrete the cattle sheds out. I don't know if we're going to concrete outside yet. We'll just see how we get on, see what we think when we get going. We have a lot of tarmac planings about. There's some over there, I think, is the, can't remember how many ton is the 1600 ton over there, so there's plenty of tarmac planings around to make a track over and make a yard through, so we've got plenty of that. But that's just a look at that. So I think I'll leave you at that for now, and then as soon as we get digging, I'll take another video, otherwise you'll be watching this all night, because I don't want to make it too long. But yeah, if there's any questions you want to ask about the farmyard and any ideas, because we like good ideas, so make sure if there's anything you think we should be doing when we're building a new farmyard. It could be anything, it could be from the gates to the sides to the Yorkshire border, anything. If there's anything you think we need to know, make sure you tell us. But anyway, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and tell everyone about it. Hope you've enjoyed and look forward to seeing what's coming. Good.